So you've heard all about gut health and why it's so important for us women, especially if you're perimenopausal or menopausal, and now you just want to know exactly what it entails. Well, I'm here to tell you exactly what we do on my gut reset plan, so don't go anywhere. My name's Carol Pax. If you're new here, welcome. I'm a holistic nutrition coach and I really focus on helping women in their 40s and beyond to thrive with their gut health. During this time for us, there's a lot of changes in the body, physically, mentally, emotionally, and definitely hormonally. So the gut reset plan really helps to bring everything into balance. So firstly, let's talk about some of the benefits that we can expect from doing the gut reset plan. So things like reduced bloating, brain fog, weight loss, sustainable weight loss, healthy weight loss, more energy, moods, just a lot more balanced, less mood swings, less anxiety, feeling more like yourself again, more motivated. These are things and comments that I get continuously from people and things that I've experienced myself as well, which is why I'm so passionate about the plan. So when we do a gut reset, it isn't the same as doing a 3 or a 5 day cleanse. We need to give the body time. This is why I always say 30 days is a minimum for a gut reset. And quite often you can continue with the tips that I give you afterwards and then just take it into an 80-20 lifestyle, which is very flexible in the fact that 80% you're going to eat with your gut health in mind and 20% you're going to treat yourself to the things that you may feel like you enjoy without feeling guilty for it, because we do not want to feel guilty for eating and drinking the things we love. We just want to be aware of what they do for us, and that is the whole point to the plan. The plan isn't just taking supplements for a month. The plan is a whole lot more, and what I encourage you to do is to really get the most out of the plan in the 30 days, where I give you all the information on food groups, food types, things to avoid, things to add in. And remember, we're all going to be coming at this from a different point of view. We are all unique, so different foods will work well for different kind of people, which is why you get me doing a one-to-one consultation with you, either via a phone call, Zoom, or just via a WhatsApp message, whatever's most convenient. And we work together on the things that, one, your body's going to likely adapt to even more, but mainly what you're going to stick to. So the 6 things we reduce, let's get this out of the way first and foremost, because it actually is something where people think, oh, I'm not sure if I could do that. And when you do it, you realize how much you actually needed to do it all along. So for 30 days, no alcohol, no caffeine, no refined sugar, no soy, no gluten, and no dairy. These 6 things are irritants to the gut. So if you think it's hard cutting all of them out, then it's likely that you just need a bit of a break from them for 30 days, for 1 month, that is all. And then afterwards, you can see which was affecting you more than others, and you'll just find that you have that less. It's not like you need to give it up for good, you just have less of it. And if you want change, if you want to feel better in your body and mind, then you've got to do things differently. So that's what we do for 30 days. But what else we do is we add in lots of goodness. So it is not about cutting down your calories to a point where you feel hungry and you have no energy. In fact, we want energy. So I work with different techniques, and we talk about fasting in the plan, intermittent fasting. And this is something that's individual to each person. And if you're a woman there going through the perimenopause, like 35 plus, your hormones, and there'll be so many changes in the body that we need to eat and move differently in accordance to this. So things like our hormones react differently to sleep patterns, to things that we eat, to our type of exercise. And we've got to just be mindful of this. So fasting for some people really works, and for other people, especially women of our age, it can create more stress levels in the body. If you have more cortisol in the body, which is quite common at this time, then that creates more weight gain. So you can see, isn't that straightforward? However, it's quite simple when you know your options. But I'm going to drop my link. Actually, I've done another video on gut health and the connection, the link with the menopause. So I'm going to drop that down below. So if you want to know more about that first, then click that video now, give that a watch, and make sure you get the connection. And I'm going to continue to talk more about exactly what we do on the plan. So with those food groups kind of cut out, we then look at adding all of the goodness in. So lots of fiber. I think it's around 18-19 grams of fiber that the majority of people have, and 30 grams is what we need. So it isn't that easy to get that amount of fiber in our diet, and I think a lot of people think, yeah, I'll probably do it. So that is why we add in things like the super greens powder. Oh, so here it is. This is 36 different fruits and vegetables in here. So there's spirulina in it, and it even says spirulina on the tub. It isn't only spirulina, that is one thing out of 36 in here. Vitamin C helps us to absorb iron properly into the body. So by taking the vitamin C as well and having other vitamins in your body as well as just the one thing, you're going to get more benefits. So as well as spirulina, there's all sorts in here, but like things like cherries and chlorella and spirulina all help to draw and pull the toxins out of the body, which is what we need at this time. We need a healthy liver and a healthy gut. So these are the two things that we really focus on in the plan. And if you're drinking alcohol constantly and coffee, or dehydrating the kidneys, you're putting toxins constantly into the liver. So it isn't a matter of cutting it out completely if that's something that you enjoy, but it's giving your body a rest for 30 days. And that is how we get those optimal results. So this is why you feel like you have more energy, because when your body is holding onto these toxins, which it will not get rid of unless you reset the gut, it's impossible to absorb all the goodness from your food. So also we're seeing things like bloating quite often. The body isn't digesting the food properly. So things like our own digestive enzymes slow down when we have got high cortisol levels, or when we're just stressed, definitely when we're going through the perimenopause. So we have digestive enzymes in a thing called gut health, where that is our pre and probiotic, which helps to switch the gut microbes. And that's got ginger in, which is really calming as well for the gut. So food wise, if you could put ginger in things, or ginger in your smoothies, away from the plan as well, these are all things that are going to help. The taste is actually surprisingly quite nice, because this isn't just greens, it's reds, yellows, purples, it's all those things in it, the different fruits and vegetables. So we're getting that diversity for our gut microbiome as well as the fiber and protein that you get from here. So it's just a wonder product. And we have that first thing. So that is how we start the plan. We start with our greens gut health drink in the morning. I always suggest starting with a warm water and lemon actually, or the Clean Tox herbal tea that you also get with the plan. Because I like a warm, calming drink for the gut. I'm someone who did suffer with digestive issues, a lot of bloating, IBS, and I've had kidney problems in the past. So looking after those organs and keeping hydrated is extremely important for me as well. So starting with a nice gentle cleanse like that is really nice. And then a little bit later, or straight after, taking your greens and gut health, and you just put those into a glass of water and drink it. Really simple and quick. This is the thing about the plan. If you're busy, it's really easy to fit in. So then after that, we would have a protein smoothie for breakfast. Or for instance, if you want a different breakfast, such as eggs and avocado, or oats and berries, there's a lot of options you can have for breakfast. You can do that. But we replace one meal with a protein shake, which looks like this. This is because this is full of minerals and vitamins that quite often we're deficient in the body. So especially for women, we really need to be getting our protein at this time. This is vegan protein, so you've not got whey, which is a dairy product, and we're staying away from dairy because we want to look after our gut health. So this is a vegan protein, but this also is really good for the full spectrum of amino acids, the building blocks for our cells and our muscles. And quite often as well, the skin can start to sag when we get a bit older, because we're not producing as much collagen anymore. So this is also why we could add an extra product into this, which is part of the Green Gut Glow collagen, and have that in the morning as well with the drink. I'll show you how you can add that in to get the best results. but equally just collagen producing foods, which you find out about on the plan as well, and things like protein are really going to help with your muscles and your joints as well. So there's 2 options on the plan now. We've got a brand new protein as well, which is fantastic if you're someone who's busy and you know you're not going to have time to get all the things together to put into this to make it a full nutritious meal. So, and that's a separate protein that comes in either chocolate or vanilla flavor. This protein also comes in strawberry, which is my personal favorite and I love it. And coffee as well. So you've got a bit more choice with this one, but for quickness, the reason why that protein is so good is because it already has everything in it and you don't need a blender. You actually just add it to water, shake and go, and it's got all the nutrients for a full meal in there as well. So things like avocado oil, which is inflammatory, the only protein out there that is made with this oil. So it makes it taste really nice and smooth going down and not chalky, as well as having those anti-inflammatory benefits. Your healthy fats are there as well. And we want this combination every time we start the first meal of the day after our fast. And what I mean by our fast is sleeping. That is when we fast and the body starts to rest. And then as soon as you wake up, it's in this fight or flight mode, ready to protect ourselves. That's how we wake up. So it's up to us to start the day calmly, getting some fresh air, getting some sunlight where possible, preferably starting with some stretching or some breathing as well. If not, just taking a moment to feel calm in the mind. We don't want to wake up and be going, 100 miles an hour, grabbing the food and going out, because again, this is part of gut health. Again, it's not just products, it isn't just the supplements, it's me explaining why they work, why it's so important now to add those in, because our food doesn't have the nutrients that we need in anymore, the way it's grown from the soil, and also the external influences of life and stress have a big impact on the body. So this is why these supplements help us, but we've also got to help ourselves by choosing the right food. I give you lists, a shopping list. So again, it's flexible for you to choose, but it will tell you things that I recommend that you add into your diet, and you can create your own meals with this. I personally don't like where you've got to stick to this every day or every night to eat, because just say you don't feel like it. I tell you the type of food groups that are going to help you, your brain, your bloating, your energy levels, your hormones. This is what we want to eat for our health. And then ultimately, if you need to lose the weight, you will lose the weight because you've been eating healthily, not because you're starving yourself and not because you're denying yourself of things that you love. And then after the 30 days, once you've reset the gut, introduce those things again, you'll become more intuitive. So you will know if you're not feeling great, introducing those foods slowly back in, it's very likely that you're going to make the choice not to have them as much. But it's the education of knowing what we're eating, and this is what I think is lacking everywhere. There's all these quick fixes and fads, and take this supplement to help with this. And yeah, I recommend supplements that I know work, but I also say alongside these supplements, what are we doing for our overall health? So that includes things like what exercise we are doing, if we're spending time in nature, if we're going out for a walk. If we're reading positive books, this also affects us what's in our mind. I will link a couple of people on here as well that I recommend. If you're not a reader, listen to the YouTube clips and the podcasts, because it's really beneficial and what we're thinking in our head, our mindset, that helps us with our eating as well, moving forwards. But ultimately, that is what I aim to teach you in these 30 days. So we have our protein shake. If we don't want that for breakfast, we have it either for lunch or dinner. And I recommend that your biggest meal isn't in the evening or in the morning, it's actually in the afternoon. But sometimes if you do need to be eating quick on the go, you're better having a protein shake in the afternoon and then a good evening meal. And just make sure that you're eating like 3 hours before sleep. 2 hours is like the bare minimum, but if you can do 3, great, but between 3 and 2 hours before you sleep, because the body will digest the food, and then when you're in rest mode, your body can repair its cells and relax, and it's not still trying to digest food. it's not meant to do that when we sleep, it's meant to rest. So it's so interesting, and there's so much that you learn on the plan. And then the other thing is the famous energy fizz sticks. You don't see me going a day without these, or I'm literally like, give me a fizz stick, because these contain vitamin B12, which I realized I was lacking in. Sometimes people get really drawn into like this biohacking and wanting to, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. But unless you've got all the time in the world to be going for tests and blood tests, which the advice you don't want to be going for blood tests all the time and having blood taken out of your body all of the time if you can help it. Do these things first and just see. You'll notice your energy levels, you'll notice your mood. If you're deficient in something and you start to add it in with your food and a supplement, and suddenly things are changing, well, there's your answer. You don't even need the blood test, you can feel it yourself. Quite common is low iron, low B12 and low vitamin D, especially in women and especially in this country, and especially if you're over 35. By doing this plan and even just adding in these supplements daily, I noticed straight away in my body that's what I was lacking. I even went for iron tests after I'd had Storm, my youngest, and I knew I was lacking in iron. I had anxiety, I was shaky, I knew, but the blood test kept coming back to say, no, you're fine, you're fine. I implemented the things anyway myself, and then slowly I saw a change. So sometimes rather than taking iron tablets, look at your food and look at look at the root cause, look at your gut health. What am I putting into my gut that is going to help everything else to flourish? The gut is connected to the brain. And again, there's much more in my other videos on this, but what we put in here goes to here, and what we're thinking goes to here. So everything goes hand in hand. So the fizz sticks are a great replacement for coffee. If you have coffee in the morning, let's just forget about that for 30 days. Doesn't mean you can't ever have it again, but it will be very beneficial for you and your liver and your kidneys to give yourself a rest from coffee, which is very dehydrating and can create inflammation in the body. And we all react differently, and we're all having different coffees. So, find a good organic coffee if you are a coffee drinker. But for 30 days, just give it a rest and use the energy fizz sticks and the herbal teas that are in the plan. So you can have these in the morning if you like, after your greens, or you can have them in the afternoon. Slump is really popular for a lot of people. They love it there and I like it there as well. I personally have one in the morning and then one in the afternoon slump, and that's what I stick to whether I'm on the plan or not. I just love that. Also, 3 litres of water is what I recommend on this plan. So the fizz sticks are a great way of getting your water in as well. If you don't like water, just put a bit of flavour in there. Mint is great for bloating. Put some fresh mint in your water. Cucumber, really hydrating. Lemon, really cleansing for the liver. So these are things you can put in your water bottle. I'm seeing if I've got it here, but I don't think I have. I've got a litre bottle of water, and I have my fizz in there, and then I fill it up 3 times a day, 2 fizzes, and another time either just water or with one of the things I just mentioned, and there's your 3 litres, it's done. It's going to really benefit you because it's going to help to flush toxins out your body and give you so much more hydration, and our body is made of water, so it needs it. So that is the main products. Those are the 4 main products: the gut health and the greens that you take in the morning, your protein shake, you choose your flavour that you make as a replacement for one of the meals, and your energy fizz sticks. This is called on my website the Healthy Habits Set, but this is the products that I recommend for my gut reset, because it's sustainable as well. If you want to continue with this and just use it as part, I do, and just use it as part of my everyday lifestyle now to get all the nourishment that I need, then you can do, or you can just choose certain products. It's entirely up to you after the 30 days. But what you want to do is be still making those healthy eating choices and healthy lifestyle choices that you're gonna notice the benefits with. So the other thing I give you on the plan is like sample days, so roughly when to eat and what you can have as snacks as well, because if you're hungry, we say snack. I think the real important thing is the times that you eat. So if you can eat between a smaller window than you usually do, it's not about calories, because yes, you've got to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That is a fact. And a lot of personal trainers will really focus on this and focus on calorie intake and macros and things. However, it is the quality of the food that you eat a piece of bread, white bread, with gluten and, well, something that's clearly not a whole food. It's been created. Whilst it's fine to have that every now and then, and I'm someone who loves bread, but I would say switch to sourdough bread because it's got a lot more benefits for your gut health, and it's made differently. It's got much lower gluten. So after that, if you love bread, switch to that and see if you notice a difference, which I personally have. But for instance, if you had a piece of white bread and a wellness bowl, they might be the same calories, but they're definitely not doing the same for your body. And this is the problem out there. We can do these like get slim quick, and I'm not saying there's a problem with that, but there's definitely a problem with sustaining it, which is why people are yo-yo dieting all the time. At this time as well, if you're perimenopausal, your estrogen levels are everywhere. So to be starving yourself and to be eating foods that aren't nutritious, that aren't fueling you, your mind and your body, then losing the weight is a short-term fix and your energy levels will plummet and you will put it back on again. Also, the inflammation and the toxins will still be in your body because you've not got rid of them. You've just starved yourself and ate less calories, and you'll be back to square one unless you continue to do that. So this is teaching you a whole new way of eating and looking at food by looking at your gut health. There is 2 plans on my website, so some people do get confused. Both plans are gut health plans. One is Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, which everything is provided on the website for that. That is a plan by Arbonne, by lots of other nutritionists and naturopaths in the company. It's a brilliant plan, which I've done myself. I still guide you along that plan personally the same way. It's just a bigger plan with more products. And I would say if you've got a focus on weight loss, and it's a big focus for you as well, you want it quicker, should I say, because you will get weight loss with any of the plans if you need it. But 2 protein shakes a day to replace 2 meals, and then 1 nutritious meal with healthy snacks would be the way to do that initially. So the 30 Days to Healthy Living is great for that. This plan is does cost less and there's less products, but you get all the same things from me, but you get my gut health plan and all of my different things with it as well. So if you are confused and you're unsure which way to go, just know that they are both brilliant for your gut health. They both reset your gut. There's just more products with the 30 Days to Healthy Living, but I guide you with both of them. So I think that pretty much concludes everything that I wanted to tell you about the plan. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to send me a message. You can click the link below and that will lead you to both of those plans, the 30 Days to Healthy Living and my Gut Reset plan with the Healthy Habits products. And you can get your discount there direct, and then I will send you a message as soon as you've ordered that plan and actually give you my full plan that I'm just talking about, which guides you along for the 30 days. You'll also have access to me coaching and guiding you through it anytime you need to ask me any questions whatsoever. I've also attached my free guide to gut health here, because that is really good in helping you to understand what goes on behind the scenes in gut health, why it's important, how it works. And when we have that knowledge ourselves, I think it makes us more drawn to actually doing a plan and sticking with it. So be sure to download that right away. That comes free to your inbox straight away with lots of information. And don't forget to click on my other videos as well, especially if you're a woman going through perimenopause or the menopause, because that will be really insightful for you, just seeing the connection between our gut health and how we have the control and power to change things. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, like and comment on this video. It really helps me to reach more people, and I'll see you all very soon.